excited about being up here in front of you. Yeah.
I'm thrilled to death.
It's our honor and our privilege as the Grange to present you with a very special award for all the work you've done in the community, and I'm going to read that award to you. It's the Subordinate Grange Community Citizen Award presented to Willie Moore in recognition of outstanding service to this community and mankind. Your dedication and personal involvement are gratefully and sincerely acknowledged by the members of Cummington Grange, number 56 Incorporated, given your 17th day of June 2002, and it's signed by Rebecca Master, Vicki Ruffin Master Lecturer, and we extend our personal congratulations and best wishes from China Buffy Richardson, the Master of the National Grange, and Judy Roth, the Lecturer of the Institution. Thank you for that. And we also included a card which the Grange would like to wish you best luck in your new adventure and your new home. Hope it all works out well for you. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I hope so too.
We'll escort her over to the front beside my station, and then we'll have more to come after that.
Follow you again?
But we know you need to lessen your load she's not going to, I guess she'll find something. So we will present you with this. I think someone may want to read from the other side, but she has her own copy. And I have a couple of other things for you later.
I have a fourth little thing that I want to say, but I can't do that now. Oh, the serious stuff going on.
You asked me if I wanted to add a couple verses. And it wasn't hard to come up with it without, it wasn't hard to come up with 2 words. It really wasn't. And I'm Frida Ranger's niece, and I can't tell you how many times she saved the day for us, too. So I added, what will we do without Willie? I shudder at the thought. For the many who enjoy your company, that adds up to a lot. How much do y'all love you? Well, let us count the ways. It's up and down and over and around, and a few more million, I'd say. Your time is worth a fortune, and you will always so agree. Your trips to Hillside Terrace will be missed by Frida and me. You understand the needs of those who you take under your wing. You accept us all for who we are, and your praises will forever sing. When Frida broke her hip and wrist and had a big back operation too, I don't know what our family would have done if it weren't for little old you. A telephone call is all it took, and you were there PDQ. Where else in the world could one be so lucky to have a helping hand like you? So what will we do without Willie? I guess only heaven knows. You've left your mark in the hill towns as you shot up and down these roads. As one door closes and another opens, we wish you all the best. It's not goodbye, it's only so long, and we will miss you. And will we miss you? The answer is yes. Made it a family affair because when she couldn't be there to help with Frida, she got Chuck there, and I can't tell you how much, we were grateful to the both of you. Okay, we have another speaker, Bruce.
I can't stand up for all of us out in home. Her wish was to stay home. And that would never happen with all the, she was tremendous to my mom, but not only that, Willie's sense of humor helped me equally. She not only helped my mom, but she was always up me. And as was previously said, she was very dependable. And if by any chance she couldn't make it, well, here came Chuck. If you called up and Willie was gone, Chuck would say, well, I'll come down when she gets home. So it was, both of them have been tremendous amount of help, and we're really going to miss it anyway.
I'm the stranger here. Looking at me, I did talk to you on the phone on days prior. Oh, why? And that's what you look like. Yeah, right. Good. Well, I heard an awful lot about you, and it's all good. It really is. And especially Annette King. Annette King. Did you hear from her? I talked to her daughter today, and she came through the operation just fine.
And that's called Joe, but I hear them straight out.
But Annette is doing fine. She is having a little trouble with the painkiller, but the doctor said that the operation on her knee went very well. And yes, and I can partner because Willie was not available, so I can partner back and forth with the pre-ops and all of that. So from the Council on Aging,
certificate of special recognition. This certifies that Willie Moore is awarded the certificate of special recognition for volunteering on the Hilltown Elder Network program here in Cummington, Massachusetts, COA. That's good. You'll have to build me into each plate page.
Okay, I was just gonna open the floor and see if anybody else wanted to say anything.
Well, I don't know, I can't wash one hand without the other. And you know, if they both did this town on the arts, with Willie backing up Chuck, and Chuck backing up Willie, and so much is done, it's just part of the team that we take for granted and we do. And our young people who all got a free show, and pretty darn good. And I don't know, maybe they come visit us now and then or something. Maybe we go visit them, but we sure recognize them. You're all welcome. Okay, guys, put your address when you get set in the messenger. And we love you.
Anybody else want to say anything?
I thought I had the novel one of Chuck getting sent to help instead of, and I forgot to say that, but I guess not. With Jimmy Caldwell was had an emergency one day and needed to go to the doctor, and so Chuck went down and stayed with Tom while Jimmy went to the doctor. But I thought that was unusual, but I guess not.
I always have something to say. It's just that I've known these folks for a while, and as you said, you tend to take people for granted, and you really don't know what hidden talents they have. They may not be hidden to some people, but to others they're quite a surprise. And not in Willie's band, but in Chuck's behalf one day, I happened to come into this building for something that I was looking up in the library there, and I could hear somebody sitting up at that piano, rattling off all kinds of music. And just lo and behold, here's Chuck, playing the piano, going crazy, having a great time, and great music. So, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of talent between the two of them that we're not going to have.
I just wanted to say that Chuck and Willie are the best neighbors one could ever have. And they should both are always there when we needed them for any reason, whether it be a bear in my front yard or a porcupine, my dog getting into a porcupine, I would call Chuck or Willie, and they're always there for me, and I just will miss that totally. It's really great neighbors. I'll miss it.
Oh, thank you. Do I stand up for that? What I was going to say, make it real short, and I will do that too, but what I was going to say, now you finally know that it's not just a pretty face. I thought it was so cool that I thought of that. But it's kind of nice to have all your people come out of the woodwork and say all these kind of things. At least I'm leaving soon, so I don't have to be embarrassed if I do something afterwards. So thank you very much. too. So you figure out which one you want, okay? Thank you. Can I quit now? I chucked in the thing.
Pat, I got one. I just thought the bigger thing is really now, you know, the other thing is there is still more, right?
Almost made a clean getaway.
Oh, God. I thought you'd need that.
What is that? Probably diabetic candy.
These are not for you. They're all wrapped very pretty, aren't they? They're not for you. Those are for your granddaughters.
Okay.
Because Ellen Morris said, those girls, these come, those girls, they're gonna get you the granddaughters. Where are they?
One is with an aunt, and the other one is not a granddaughter, it's a grandson. And he's next to her.
Oh.
They don't have to know this, I don't let them know.
Okay, well, those are for the granddaughters, and then I have a card here, I think it must be in the envelope.
Maybe I should cut his hair.
Two cards. One from Helen Maury, and, you know, one of my last words was,
Oh, thank you. Should I go back to my seat now? Okay, I'll go back. Oh, this was amazing.
This is amazing. Uh-oh. What you doing, Gavin? Gavin, what are you doing?
oh yeah.
That's a cool hat. Yeah, that's a cool hat.
Are you driving? You driving? The tractor. Are you driving the tractor? Oh, that's a truck.
He's also yawning. He was.
Just waked up. Oh, you just waked up. Oh, this truck. Yeah, we're gonna have fun trying to get this truck out of here. Mom, yeah, Mom and Gavin are gonna drive the truck. And you, that's right. Honk honk. You think Mommy's gonna have to use the horn? Hey, you think Mommy's gonna have to use the horn when we drive the big truck? I hope not. Tell you what, Mommy will shoot it when we leave, okay? Mommy shoot the horn when we leave? When you drive the tractor up in here, you're gonna have to make sure you don't brain yourself on the handles of the snowblower.
Where you going, kid? Watch out now, be careful. That's all rough and stuff. Careful. We got a problem there. We need to do something about that.
I don't think so. I think they'll ride right up the 2x4.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll
I didn't have to do anything about it. Careful now, careful.
Grandpa, you got a pocket knife on you?
No, don't.
That's really hot.
Probably.
gas to get it up in there. We won't even have to drain the tank. Right down the bottom.
You wanna come down now?
Yeah, man. Oh, key, the key. Who's got the key? Key hanging up?
No, it's right on the back of the truck, I think.
Oh, that's the truck.
Hope so. I
Truck
put it down somewhere. There it is.
Ah, very good. Okay.
Go.
Hey.
Go. Yeah, so we decided we're just going to put big light stuff on top of the tractor and the trailer. It's like the little type thing
Yeah,
and the edging and probably the foam chairs.
yes.
And we'll see what else we can shove up on top of
Have you
there.
got a picture of that with them together, sort of thing, like?
No, of course not. Hi, Gavin.
Here, you want this? You might need it.
No.
Later on, okay? Let Grandpa get it up on the truck first, and then put you back on it, maybe?
Don't let him on the tractor.
No, not, you can't come out and tractor while I'm running.
honey, don't do your bum on the... The grass had him
Yeah,
shield.
I'm afraid your bum's gonna get kind of bummed there. Chains are coming off.
What?
The chains are coming off. They're not going to help. They're hindering. Chains are the problem now. They're part of the problem, rather than part of the solution.
I thought they might be. Huh? Yay! He says, Grandpa?
Yay!
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 I'm just gonna start shoving stuff in the truck. You wanna sit on the chair here? I know you wanna sit on the tractor.
Now, of course, tomorrow it'll snow.
Probably. Alright, but don't get in Grandpa's way.
This is the second day of full day of loading.
Grandpa's way. His name's Carl.
Started
Who is that?
this is
Wow.
Tuesday. Started Sunday night.
That's bigger, Ed.
Piano in. And a couple other big things.
You can still see the piano in here, over here.
Ow.
Uh-huh.
Ow. Ow.
And now we're doing the other most important thing.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Do you have the key in your hand? Or is it in there?
Until Grandpa gets up there, and then get back on track. Just wait a minute.
No number in my arm. Good boy.
Probably can't hear a thing. Jesus Christ, he's going to tip over?
Huh?
That's too short of a thing.
You short of span?
That's way too steep. It's way too steep, man.
Why? Oh, because you don't have a pallet.
Well, because there's so much drop-off. When the front end goes off of this, it'll hang up on the frame. So,
I swore on this thing. Yeah, oops.
Is that thing in the fire low or slow?
What?
Well, I was gonna suggest that you might actually be able to put this down on the bumper. If this other ramp doesn't go in the front, it can go. And that is probably the better
Is the
angle.
key out?
What?
Oh, he can't turn it on anyway without the braking gauge, right?
Brake, yeah, you can't turn it on with the brake out here. So let's just try that. Let's move it back so it sits down on the bumper.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Maybe that won't work. It might work. Oh, look what I found. It fell off the front end. Goodness. It's not easy to find.
Started then?
No, it's not a starter thing. That's a spring thing. Try to get it. Halibut.
I don't know how we're gonna get it off the truck.
I know what. You get a 2x4 and put it on top of the bumper. Take it up like that.
Okay, well, put it down, because there's one right here.
2x4 right there.
It's right there.
Oh, is it still? What about this piece here?
Any piece at all.
Oh, all right.
The other way. That's very close to being a no-brainer. Now we can just shove that sucker.
I'm sorry, I'm below for the ramp.
Let's see what the neighbor looks like. Maybe you were right. Let's try it the other way. That looks good.
Maybe we should swing it so that we connect over there.
Yes, I think that's a very, very good idea. If that lasted aluminum thing went in, we could have it right up flush. Go in first.
Yeah, hold on.
That's the stuff. That's exactly what I want for my dog. Oh, yeah, now, if you elevate Blueberry. Now we gotta go over just a little bit.
That.
Over here. I think the thing is I've got to make sure that the deck clears. Maybe enough ink.
And you know what? Also, when you get in there, you're gonna have to drive up on the wheel well.
I think we can manage that.
I hope so, because that's how I got it figured out.
Well, we'll have to make a little
Fire! That's hot.
make a little rampy for it. It'll go up there.
Well, would you have to make a rampy first?
No, just when I get up in there, there's plenty of room. Don't you think?
I don't think so.
If there were plenty of room, I wouldn't worry about driving up on the wheel well.
Okay, enough. I'll put this ramping on. I'll be looking for another ramping. Really, you're a genius. That was exactly what the doctor called for. They were having trouble mainly because the drain was the wrong way on the ramp. So it was collapsing on them. Where the heck do you think you're going? Where are you going? You're going to burn your butt. Burn your butt.
So, are you making a rampy for the wheel well?
He's getting it for me.
Oh.
I don't know where to find the rampy or the wheel well. What are you glaring at me for?
What?
All it would take is just one sort of boardy. No, that won't work.
Why?
Because we need a gradual, not abrupt. Oh, all right. Well, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try and see if it'll work. Might have to urge it a little. Oh man, are you rather cool? Yeah. They're the shortest shorts I ever saw in anybody.
Even their mother.
Even
never wore
another.
shorts that short.
Even. Yeah, even shorter than those. There's got tea.
Grandma got a key.
Grandma got tea.
Grandma got a key.
Grandma got tea.
I am so worried about this.
Why?
Because I'm hoping it's going to go by the...
Well, then maybe there'll be something that will elevate the other wheel that high.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Oh, they're going by those things. Now it certainly will.
Well, because I'm worried about the gas intake there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where the gas goes in on the U-Haul. That silver box is fixed out past the wheel well. So hopefully it'll go. Hopefully.
Okay,
The
now
deck is up, right?
wait
You
a
got the
minute.
deck up as high as it'll go? Daddy?
Huh?
You got the deck up as high as it'll go?
How does it go? Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I can still maneuver when I get up there. I think.
No, you're not going on. Grandpa's going to go on.
I can still maneuver the front end. I think I can get it around that.
Oh, here's hoping.
But I think we maybe ought to have something that's the same height as the wheel well,
Yeah, look.
so we can get both.
That apple that you left is not God.
Oh.
That's almost as big as yours and he's trying to take it home.
Oh, well, he's big strong as monkey too. That isn't quite wide enough, is it? Let me just take a look at it. I think maybe we can get both wheels up. Sort of feeling. Well, what the hell? Let's put it up with one wheel up, one wheel down.
Why can't you just put a piece of plywood?
Yeah, but I mean, we need something of the same, what I was thinking is the same height as the wheel well.
Yeah, I'll put,
That piece of wood.
yeah.
The one in the basement.
Have a little plywood in there or something.
Yeah, you can probably take the plywood from the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, you're not going to go on, honey.
A little later.
Mommy's gonna go.
When Grandpa gets the tractor on the truck, and then you can go on the tractor again.
Yeah, make a little ramp out of a piece of plywood
Yeah.
and make it so it's wide enough for both wheels in the front.
Don't do it, honey.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Okay, I'm going to...
Matter of fact, what could happen? I think I've got it.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Once I get up on the pallet, all the way up on the pallet, we take this piece of plywood and we put it in there, on top of whatever we got for supports.
Oh. In the meantime, you're rolling backwards.
What?
In the meantime, you're rolling backwards right on top of Veronica.
No, I'll put my foot on the brake, so it can't go anywhere, because the brake works.
No.
Why would she be in back of me anyway? Only briefly. Well, the strategy is that I drive the tractor up all the way onto the tower. Right?
Yeah?
Set the brake. This comes up and goes up there.
Yeah.
Hook on.
Yeah.
How about that, kid? Well, you can get back on it when I drive it up there. Not 1 second before. Yes, I know. Is your bum hot? Huh? Is your bum hot now? No. No.
hot, yeah. That's good.
Now, Carol, you kindly hook off this
Here,
Gary.
here.
Mommy still has key. Mommy has key again.
Uh,
Key again. Oh, don't!
Jesus.
I can't find it. I can't find it.
Right.
Over in the chair.
Now let's see what Thunder do here.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll see if I can go up that. If I get up there now, get it started. Try to get it up there before the carburetor runs out. Try to get it down on the level. Get the carburetor full again. Maybe it'll go now.
Grandma funny.
Carburetor, come on,
Stay.
carburetor.
No. Oh, I'm going to push.
What's hanging up?
Well, maybe now, since you're up that far, Chuck, maybe you can disengage the whole thing and you can push it in.
I can drive it in and figure out what's wrong with it.
Mom's saying we need a longer incline. You don't have that.
What?
There's also another way it might.
Gavin, get the hell out of there. You crazy? Get out of there. You're going to slip.
Another way it might.
You could lever it in. That's what we do with the trailer.
Let's try that. What I'll do is,
The hill holder holds the back leg, doesn't it? We don't have the hill hold brake on right now. Well, then do the hill hold brake. And we'll do levers in from the back tires. Lift the back tires up and the front tires will roll. It won't hold. You gotta use the hill hold brake. That's this right. Press the brake. Pull that lever up. Let go of the brake. There you go. Are you sure that's all the way? Because it's not all the way to stop.
I know it doesn't hurt.
Okay. So since the front tires will still spin, and you lever that up in. Mostly simple. Now I'm gonna put the track wheel in.
Once I got it up in there enough, start it up again, try it on that ramp. And we won't have to bring the gas and accelerate.
That's what we were saying. We were talking about no lever as in with levers.
Like 2x4.
Big, long.
This is a 4x4.
No, we were just using that 2x4 that is on now. No up. You need to go and sit.
How are we going to get that out of
No, we're not. We're just saying that there are two 2x4s in the barn.
Wait a minute, kid. Wait a minute. Not so fast. He said anything about fast, he said. This is slow.
Yeah, well,
Wow. Pretty gumdrops, that's the very ticket. That's the very ticket. Why, that's so good I can't stand it. Beautiful. I think we can actually do
going after the chipmunks.
Whoa! Okay, is the deck over? Can you drive in now?
Yeah, I can do it now. You do it now. If anything starts, he can stab himself on for it.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Another popping. And it will go behind the gas tank. So I'll just move it over here. And you better start again with something.
Good boy.
Here we go, Chuck.
Spectator's there.
Watch the deck on the side, okay?
Ooh,
One way. Oh, he's doing. Forward good. Watch.
Right at the end of the ramp, and we're exactly where we're supposed to be.
Well, except that I don't think the back's gonna close.
Oh, okay, then we're not close.
Well, then come up now, though, because that's what I was worried was gonna happen.
What?
The ramp came up and hit the bottom of the deck, and
Oh.
there's an ankle for it.
Well, can you try the bottom?
Where's the bottom of the deck down?
I probably can't shove the deck forward. I can give it a try. Or jamming it. See what happens.
No, I mean, if we
I know what you mean.
break the back of the board off. Oh, that was one thing. You're gonna leave it over like that. Oh, let's not. Then you're gonna roll backwards off the truck and die. So let's just leave it over, shall we?
Alright.
Bye.
Alright.
Good boy. That's safe there. That's a good boy.
Hey, you guys. Should go past that. Should just swivel right past it. No problem.
I should have swiveled right past it.
Well, I mean, that's the gas tank. I mean, that you're barely touching the gas tank. Can you get the others?
I don't know. Yeah, keep the ice if I did, okay? Swamp with the half hand over.
Well, 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 it's on there. Holy Moses. Now, we've been partnering up with this now for the whole day. Started yesterday, try to do this.
But look at that.
Yeah, it's in there. Chuck,
What?
what you should do now is empty the
Wait a
trip.
minute, my love, I can't hear you.
Why did you say what then?
What?
What you should do now is empty the trimmer of gas
Oh,
and the
where's
other
that?
and the other lawnmower.
And where's the other lawnmower gonna go?
Oh, I don't know.
See, I was thinking we might leave that behind.
The new lawn boy.
Yeah, and then they can bring it up later on.
Oh, well that's okay. I don't want to just leave
I
it
already talked
behind.
that over with them, Mark. I mean, right now, if we have the trimmers and the big one, we're in business, because I can get right up close and then...
Why don't we give it to Trina then?
Well, Mother doesn't like that idea.
What?
Leave the lawn boy with Trina.
No.
No.
Just, if it gets wrecked, you know, we don't need the wreck.
Right, okay.
What?
She says if it gets wrecked, we won't have it, we won't get wrecked.
Oh, I thought it was just this.
She says why not just give it to her?
We can get it right up in the back of the trailer. That's no problem.
Okay.
We just gotta empty the fuel out of it. And you know, there was something weird with the exhaust on that. I don't want anything melting.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just leave it to cool off now? And then we'll go up in a bit and see if we can get any gas out of the line.
Whatever it is, it's not overheating anything, so I can let it drop. It's not overheating anything around it,
Okay.
so.
Well, I'm going to quit for a while. I haven't checked my yet, but I'll do that later.
The PC, and you've got these miles of corridors with 8,000 paintings right close to each other, and the ones that you might have remembered that you wanted to see, you can't remember because you've got all this other stuff. And even if you can find the damn thing, which would take you 6 months and a half, you can't study it because there's always this guy here and this guy here and this woman here with a big hat and you know.
I mean, it's nice so many people are going to museums, but it isn't nice. It was better when it was...
Oh, Lord.
Yes, well, you notice that you're the only one on this table.
One thing I'm glad
How come the other one, you blew the other ones out
we had
already?
to spend a
Because they were gonna melt.
lot of
the
time at the
panels
Albright
and mix
Knox.
them. Oh, yeah?
Anytime
my teenage.
Well, can we do it one
Here.
more little for?
Oh,
romance?
sure, yeah,
In
yeah.
the
So I can
daytime,
get it
nobody
on there
around,
too?
so you could just, you know, go and spend
What
as
a
long as you wanted.
fantastic collection.
They have wonderful stuff.
What a fantastic collection. It blows my
That
mind.
would be cool.
I would go out of my way to go there, you know. Now I'm closer now. I can go down there and see
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Where?
You know, right now.
Oh, yeah.
That is my vote for just about the finest contemporary art collection anywhere. Small but choice. You know, everything that's in there is a person's best work.
Yeah.
I think that
I
what
have
got the
appreciated
climax
that
for me
deal,
was the,
Oh, thank you.
oh man,
Are you sure that belongs to
one of
me?
these situations where you can't think of the most obvious name.
Oh,
Big city landscape, German.
City landscape, German?
Koska. Koska.
Oh.
This one is dead. Somebody's alive.
I was really zapped by those cityscapes, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
I've always been an admirer of Kokoschka, but to have the right face to face with these beautiful big city landscapes,
Well,
wonderful.
there was somebody who, I believe,
yeah,
Goodyear, I think it was
yeah,
Charles
yeah.
Goodyear, but, who was one
Should
of
have gotten
the
served yet, but
supporters of the place around the turn of the century.
Mm-hmm.
And he's responsible for a lot of the, you know, cubists and all that stuff that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then apparently Buffalo Society discovered that he did not go to church on
okay,
Sunday.
you blow him out now, yes.
And
Okay.
so he,
I'm
after
listening intently.
a little bit of that, he said, "The hell with
This
you,"
is,
and he went down and started the Museum of Modern Art.
I used to say my
Somebody did pick up later on.
my
I mean, you
furnace
know, they have,
were early
they
dump,
really do have
Early
nice
dump?
stuff.
or rustic dump.
You know the Hirshhorn collection?
And
Yeah.
this is from the dump at some
Yeah.
point, and that came from the dump at some point.
I know, watching
Well,
it.
Two garbage cans,
Yeah.
Trying to think which one it's in now.
it's marvelous.
It might even be in the National Gallery in Washington.
I think it, yeah.
The best kind of furnishing.
Speaking of that
And
kind
Home
of
and Garden
thing,
TV was,
Hirshhorn
Important.
offered, see, he's Canadian,
Home and Garden
he
Television.
offered to
support
give
you in
his
your-
collection to
Yeah,
the
right.
National
Yeah.
Gallery, and they passed. So he says, same thing, you know, okay,
Yeah.
you don't want my collection, it'll go somewhere else. Which it did. Why did that ever bring on a Holocaust? You should have seen the letters to the editors.
I even bought, pastry, sugar, not sugar, no sugar, and ice cream.
Oh, boy.
When I'm a priest in my
All right.
Well, it tastes good, but it's not gonna put any weight.
Oh, perfect. We'll just go for it.
Actually, the reason that my whole family and I went to see that when I was teaching in Toronto, because of a wing game show they had of what were then brand new sculptures, some of which were kinetic.
Oh.
Op and Pop. Show of Op and Pop. And they had everybody in there that was of any consequence whatever, including George Rickey.
Oh.
Rickey had some absolutely fantastic. I admire that man tremendously. Len Lai was in there. A lot of the stuff was motorized and computerized. Which is why we went there, but then I found out how tremendous a permanent collection is. Wow. Ah.
How come your bowl is so clean?
Because I wiped it with my breath. Is that okay?
Oh, I didn't get everybody knives. Well, freaking hostess I am, yeah.
Really share
No.
my.
There's a show down at the,
And you put this
Virtue
in the
Museum
drawer,
right
and you want
now.
more, or?
Anybody want more lettuce?
Yeah, I do.
kinetic sculpture.
Really?
Some fellow from MIT, I can't think of his name now.
I don't know.
Arthur Ganson.
Oh, at the museum?
Yeah.
Oh.
And what they are, they're these little, you know, like machines made out of wire. There's one that's made out of cat whiskers. And they,
So what kind of sound machine did you use?
there was one that
Oh.
throws a dagger at a heart on the wall. You know.
No, I've eaten things.
And they're like, you know, like little
No,
skinny,
they
rickety
use it
things.
in
Yeah.
But the first time I saw it, I was
He
shocked
has,
because I
there's
only
little
knew it from.
movies of them on the website. So, but Neil Young told me that.
I haven't seen Neil, he never did come back to finish his movie he was gonna make of me.
He hasn't forgotten it.
Well, he's not here,
No,
now I'm gone.
I'm thinking I'm gonna offer to, well, he sent me an email recently. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. You know, and we were gonna get together, he was gonna come over and see that show. But it didn't happen.
How long is this show on?
Quite a while.
I think most of the summer, yeah.
Well, I think I'll go see that. Is he a young guy?
I don't know.
The reason I'm asking is, if he's not a young guy, maybe I've seen his stuff already. He might have had some in that show in Buffalo.
Oh.
I don't think he's been at that, when was that?
In the 60s.
He hasn't been at
Early
that long.
60s.
No, it hasn't been that long.
That's
I
some
think
show.
it's, I don't know, I remember reading the thing, it was, I think he was an engineer or something, okay? And then he got into doing it. But, I think it was 80. I don't really think of his, bio, I don't remember. But it was later, you know, it was, gee, I wonder if I saw that show. I don't remember now.
If you did, it didn't leave a big impression.
Well, it's a long time ago, I was a little kid. They did take me when, and,
Oh, yeah, you were a little kid. You were a little
they
kid.
had a Van Gogh,
Yeah, we all
they had a
were.
Van Gogh show there.
Not me, I was born
Quite
14.
young. Some touring thing.
Yeah. They needed me, so I was born 14.
Right.
Well, you know that's big time when they can have a Van Gogh show because they're so expensive.
Gotcha.
The insurance is murder on those things. And people are reluctant, increasingly reluctant to lend the stuff.
Yeah. Well, that was from back in the 60s.
Yeah.
That one, of course. It was easier then.
This is great bread.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're welcome, Molly.
But they have just wonderful paintings, and the thing is that, you know, there's several, you know, like a number of, you know, great impressionist paintings that I just sat and studied for, you know, hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Because I just haven't had an opportunity to,
Don't have too good of
you
a
know, be around there and be
scoop.
there
I got a lot of scoop, but it's not
do that.
home.
Nice to be able to spend hours studying painting.
They have nice Gauguins.
Ooh, look at this soup.
You want this? The
It's
base?
all right.
So you don't get it off the bottom, please.
Don't get it off the bottom?
Yeah. Like you can do it this, with this thing.
All right.
But if you do it with that one, see,
I'll
it
scrape
just
the bot,
scrapes
right,
the,
oh, okay,
takes
Yeah.
the goodies off.
okay,
That I don't want off.
gotcha.
Pea soup is always a little burnt on the
Oh,
bottom.
you do, huh?
Evidence.
I finally made my black bean soup today. I take the beans out, been thinking about it for a month at least.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you want that bowl?
Yeah, I want that bowl.
Okay, I figured.
Anything. Want that bowl for cereal, of course.
Your favorite bowl?
Well, one of them. The other three are in some thing somewhere. Where I'm not. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
salt
Good
was
pea
too,
Too thick for the hole?
yeah.
It does come out, but awful darn slow.
Huh?
It does
It
come
doesn't
out.
but, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You have to shake the,
Mmm. Oh, this is good.
I have, oh, there's pea.
Yeah, we found it for you, we got it.
Oh, okay.
So this was made previously, right? I think that's the secret of pea soup anyway.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, you know, it's, if you make it one day, it's better eating the next.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't leave it sitting here for 2 months. No, how many months now? January 30th, no, it was February 2nd, I think I made it.
Remarkably fresh.
Yes, no. Yeah.
Mm.
And I didn't put the dumb potatoes in it. I never put potatoes in it.
Oh, that's from the can?
But that's from the healthy stuff, healthy choice. Because I didn't think I had enough.
It's all right, Willie. It's very good.
One of Willie's crowning achievements. Premier
Pea soup is great stuff.
soup.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, Willie, maybe you should ask Willie to open it up.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Still on screws, or does it just go on?
Put on screws. Oh, you did it.
It was interesting when we, Notre Dame in Paris was mobbed.
Yeah.
Tourists from all over the world for it. I did manage to get some good slides out of that. Well, you saw them, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Amiens, which was one of my really target areas, was not mobbed at all.
Mm-hmm. Where was that?
It's in Amiens.
Uh-huh.
It's about, it takes about an hour to get there on train from Paris.
Uh-huh. I don't think I ever heard of it.
Well, it's very special because unlike most Gothic cathedrals, it was done in one operation for about 40 years,
Oh, yeah?
from foundations up.
Real fireball of a master
Well,
builder.
they changed architects once because the first guy died. But the plan was carried through flawlessly from the very beginning, exactly according to the original plan. It's the only Gothic cathedral in Europe, as far as I know, where that is true, because mostly what happened is you've got a Romanesque or even an earlier church, which is either added onto with Gothic details or it burns down and the Gothic church is built with the Romanesque one, and parts of the Romanesque walls in it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Quite often you've got a church like there's another one in. There are two churches in Beauvais. There's a real tall one, which is world famous. And there's another one there that has a Romanesque.
Oh, the light came on. Must be gotten too dark.
Yeah.
Romanesque nave and a Gothic apse, Gothic choir.
Really?
Yeah. And that's not at all atypical. That's the sort of thing you run into.
This place that you were just talking about, how do you spell it?
A-M-I-E-N-S.
Oh, sure, I've heard of that.
Yeah, if he pronounces it the English way.
Right, yes. I thought
But
you,
no, it has to be
right.
French.
I thought you said Namian.
No. It's because my mouth's full of
Oh, a
Pea
pea
soup.
soup, gotcha.
that's pea soup French.
Pea soup accent.
Mmm, this is really good.
Awesome.
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 So, Alan and I were thinking if you're here long enough, maybe we'll take you out for your anniversary 3 years ago.
This is our big last chance, you know?
We're not gonna stay until August 12th.
All right.
We were thinking more like Sunday.
Sunday sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, yeah,
great.
of course it does.
Great, well, no, yesterday you weren't sure maybe if you were gonna go back on the weekend.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But if we have you know, an outing coming up both days,
Okay.
we don't have them often, so
Right.
I gotta take advantage of it.
Well,
And especially since we're roughing it, you know, this week.
right, the dinner out would be
Need
very
to
nice.
to have something elegant somewhere else would be
Right.
really appreciated.
Good, okay.
But I'll tell you, that meal at your house was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
Oh, that was so inspiring.
That's the
Yeah,
man.
I was real pleased too.
I was
I
came out
actually had most of
beautifully.
it done ahead of time.
Is that an unusual event in your life, Alan? Or you-
Yeah, well, usually when I cook for these dinner parties, I end up working really hard and getting really sweaty.
Well, there's one thing about that kind of scenario, people are so hungry by the time they get it, they can't distinguish between good stuff and bad stuff.
Well, and there's no harm in keeping people waiting a little while.
No.
Yeah, his stuff is always good,
Mhm.
but this way he can
It's
have
fancy.
fun, yeah, with the crowd.
You don't ever get anything like that in my place. Never.
So, that's not you, it's him.
No, that's right.
Well, I want to get a big long pot though, doing these fishes.
Oh, so you can just put him in a pot and on 2 burners or something? Oh,
Here
The
it's
thing
sort
the
of,
thing
Yeah,
with the salmon is that when it's cheap, it's really cheap. So you get one, you know, and then you have this great, great thing. We went and had the best salmon I ever had the other
yeah,
night.
this friend of ours invited us to dinner and she got an Alaskan
Wild
wild
Alaskan
salmon.
salmon.
wow.
She's been out in
Yeah.
California and
Yeah.
she stopped in Alaska and got it or something. I don't understand.
No, I think she was just joking. Are you kidding?
Okay. Yeah, it must have been. You're right.
Yeah. She probably got it at Guido's.
Yeah.
We
Where'd you get yours? At Guido's?
Price chopper, probably.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
The
Our
charge
favorite,
at Guido's has gone up. It used to be you walk through the door and it cost $60, now it's up to 80.
You walk through the door.
Pretty much
Yeah.
by the time you get out.
I've never been there.
Used to
not
be a
going
produce
either.
market.
yeah,
Now I
They
know where
have
to
great
go. They're great
vegetables,
produce,
and they're
but-
not, more expensive than anywhere else, but it's like once you go in there, you might have needed lettuce and tomatoes, but you look and you end up getting eggplant and, whatever they have. And then you walk by all the natural foods and the wonderful bakery and the,
See?
yeah, and the array of tea.
I don't shop
and
like
the-
that.
I
I
know.
don't shop like
Yeah.
that. I have a list.
Well, that's good,
And then, once in a while,
We don't-
I add to it,
uh-huh,
but not very often.
yeah.
We
Well, that's
cut, we
discipline.
cut to the chase.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I
Right.
get in and I get out.
Yeah,
You know, I don't have this,
well, it
I
sure
don't float
isn't
around.
fun.
No,
Yeah,
because you can't afford it anyway.
yeah. But anyway, in terms of where we're gonna go for dinner,
Yeah.
we wanna take you to this place, Elizabeth.
Oh, we've been to a
Oh, you have? Oh, well, did you like it? Why
When?
not?
marvelous. It's the one on East Street,
When did we go
second
there?
story.
It's a blue
Absurd
and white house.
pink and,
Yeah, I know where it is, but when
When
have we
did you
been
go
there?
pink and white house. Well, I've been there.
Well, it must have been 30 years ago.
No. I didn't even know where Elizabeth, or what there was
Don't think it was.
for 30 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
it could have
haven't,
been some other occasion, it could have
Yeah.
been a Wheaties deal, or it could have been
yeah, because I haven't been
remember.
there.
Well, I think it's great. Well, it's our
It's wonderful
absolute favorite place. So we like to sit downstairs and like the kitchen is over there. So it's sort of festive. And they have just really fresh food and it's delicious. So
I thought it
you
was
think
pretty
that-
nifty.
Would you enjoy that or?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Yeah, I think you would.
I like fresh food and
Yeah.
That's a
delicious.
great
Yeah, I would, you do, huh?
Yeah, I do.
okay, right.
Yeah,
I told these
jumped out of
guys
the
one
freezer,
time,
but-
Actually, what I feel about that restaurant is that for some reason I could no longer feed myself. I couldn't cook whatever, I can't imagine what it would be, but if that was the case, I would want them to feed me,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's, that's, it's good that way.
Uh-huh.
It's
fun.
Oh, yeah, that was
That's
real
fun
good.
too, yeah.
Real good deal we did that, William.
Oh,
I always tell, and talk to William when I do something really stupid.
I see. Gotcha.
Because you put the cup there.
Oh, and then you put it in the.
Yeah, and I just pushed it in there, and oh yeah, very good, William. Any more pea soupers?
That's full.
You're full.
No,
What?
maybe in a little bit.
Well, you don't have to, you know, we can heat it up. You can put some in a bowl and heat it up in the microwave again. You still have that, that's not mine, but we can use that one. And then, if, you want dessert now, or you want to,
I think I'll wait a little
That's
bit.
just for a little while, yeah.
yeah? Because like I said, I have, and it is yummy.
Yeah.
It might sound absolutely
No, I'm game.
disgusting and you know, what good is it without fat and without sugar? Oh. And of course
Oh, Turkey Hill. It's great.
and then,
It is good.
yeah, I told you, I wouldn't lie to you. But I thought that the proof is in eating. So Chuck can eat this because it's fat free.
You can eat it because it's sugar free.
Yeah, so
And we can eat it because it's delicious.
there you go. Yeah.
So, in the car on the way out here, Alan and I were having a philosophical, spiritual discussion, which I feel like, you know, the camera is like, you know, maybe perhaps an unwelcome guest, but I wanted to ask you, why are we here? I mean, not here tonight, but on Earth.
Oh, Lord.
That's a good one.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Why did you have to do that now?
I don't know, sorry.
You can burn up all
All
the
right,
supper in
let's
15
talk
minutes.
about our favorite flavor of ice cream.
Mine's vanilla. But I thought, you know, since I'm an oddball, that probably other people would like flavors instead. So I got some mixed, whatever, butterscotch, something or other.
Well, I like flavors when they're a big surprise like this. But if I took mine out, I always say vanilla too.
Vanilla for me too,
Or
except
chocolate
sometimes
chip.
strawberry.
Vanilla with little chocolate.
I used to, my favorite used to be either butter pecan or maple walnut. But that has nuts in it.
Yeah, oh.
So now I can't eat nuts
Oh, you
because
can't eat nuts? Oh,
I only have one set of those.
Oh,
So I you know, then I switched to vanilla.
right.
And I like vanilla best because it goes with everything.
Yeah,
Just like black stockings or
right.
the black purse.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah, black shoes.
Great.
or gray cat, yeah.
Or a string of pearls.
Right.
You know, it goes with everything. You can put it in a pie, you can eat it alone, you can smother it and stuff.
Right, you can put chocolate on it,
Yeah.
fruit, and
Peanuts, he does peanuts and chocolate
really,
sauce.
Wow.
And he does red chip and stuff, man.
They're cheap.
That sounds good.
Raisins. Veronica makes a concoction of what? Raisins and peanuts and chocolate syrup. Yummy, she says.
Sounds good.
But then she also puts macaroni in tea, so I don't know.
Macaroni in tea?
Yes.
Elbow macaroni?
Uncooked raw macaroni.
She puts it in her tea.
Yeah.
And then what, she sucks on it?
Sort of eats it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, you know,
Then I'm going to try it.
we won't go by her, you know. for
I'm not going to try it ever, but you know, she seems to enjoy it. I think at certain times of, you know, of her tumultuous little life, she needs it.
I think so, right. If she enjoys it, right. Oh,
Yes.
gosh.
Well, I was going to go out and have a cigarette,
Okay.
and I'll put this away first, so it does not, it should probably refrigerate after opening. Some foolish like that. Yeah, keep the refrigerator and say, well, I did that. Now I'll free the refrigerator again. Thank you.
Now I suppose I have to move things from the house.
No.
Oh, she'll go around the other way.
I'm going to mess it up.
Okay. You want to take the camera with you?
The who?
The camera.
No, you guys can just keep,
We can just mug for it then.
this way, keep an eye on stuff.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, you can watch it later.
Yeah.
Well, don't say anything about Willie while she's gone.
She won't miss a thing. This way.
Is your ear thing whistling?
I'm gonna close this door so the smoke doesn't pull in.
Okay.
Well, I have a double-barreled problem. This ear is kind of funny anyway because I have a tube in it.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while I'll have a discharge. And so if I have any, and it isn't painful at all, but it accumulates in there, and then if the earpiece is not relating properly with an eardrum, I'll get two different kinds of feedback.
Oh.
One of which is the whistle that everybody's familiar with.
Uh-huh.
You can hear the whistle clear across the room.
Yeah.
Everybody else can hear your whistle when it's whistling. The other one is a howl.
Oh, no.
And the howl apparently nobody can hear but me.
Oh.
Like right now it's howling.
Oh, no.
Not a loud howl, just
Uh-huh.
enough to be irritating because
Uh-huh.
I turn it up to where I can hear you and then the howl's there.
Oh, God.
So what I've been resorting to, in some cases successfully, is I take the thing out, clean out my ear, and I put it back again.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be okay for a while. If this thing is not in my ear, I'm almost totally deaf.
And you tell me the other side broke, right?
Yeah. This one happens to be, fortunately, the better of the two ears.
Mm-hmm.
So I can at least distinguish some things that people tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I may miss half of what they say, but I can generally get the gist.
Well, that's good.
Anyway, in response to your philosophical proposal, why are we here? Did you guys figure it out?
Well, what I said was no special reason.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
And I said,
It's just a dance, you know.
and I said, well, I went back to my Catholic catechism because, you know, I wanted to remember what they told us. And it was, who made us? God made us. Why did God make us? God made us to know Him, to love Him, to serve Him, and to be happy with Him in this world and in heaven. And I thought, well, what good is that?
And I said, not bad.
Well, on the other hand, if you were a convert, that would have great meaning. I mean, you got bored with it.
Yeah, well, right now I don't have, it doesn't like really resonate. I don't even know what it
You
means.
grew up with it.
Yeah.
It's old hat. It doesn't have any luster.
Yeah. So what's your answer?
Well, I'm not sure I've got one, but it crossed my mind that
I have other answers, but go ahead.
this is, I think, another one of those zones in which we're not expected to know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to find out perpetually what we're supposed to do. Now, those of us who happen to be artists have got it made, in a sense, because that's a platform that's continuous. But I think most people have to continue to find out, sometimes day by day, what they're there for. Which could be very exhausting for some people if they're tend to be nervous in the first place.
Well, I was thinking.
Religious people commonly answer it the same way that your catechism does. I mean, we're here to rejoice in the fact that we're here, and we're here to praise God, and that's a pretty good satisfactory answer for a lot of people, millions of people.
Well, I like the idea that we're here as a way for God to know creation.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I'm comfortable with that.
I've never been that happy with that one.
You haven't. All right. Well, let's hear from you, honey.
That seems like, I don't know.
Diminishing of God.
Well, I understand it intellectually there. It just doesn't seem very satisfying.
Sometimes I think it helps if you...
Sounds like a pretext to me.
Yeah, but that's on an intellectual level too. what you're doing now, you're analyzing and you're trying to rationalize something which is probably not rational. See, the thing about ultimate purposes and stuff like that are basically irrational. There's no way you can be rational about it. You can try like hell. You have geniuses like Thomas Aquinas that go about making syllogisms. But for a lot of people, Thomas Aquinas doesn't get anywhere in the 20th century or the 21st century.
Yeah, yeah.
They're more likely to gravitate towards somebody who talks about a construct whose basis is irrational, because there is no way to prove anything. You cannot prove it one way or the other.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem with that. Is that
Well, see, I don't see that as
of
a
course, I'm
problem.
the one that thinks no specialty.
I think there are some areas where we're not expected, not supposed to know. We don't have to know. We don't. In other words, I don't know whether Protestant or Catholic theologian came up with a very condensed concept, which for me certainly works. And what it says in effect is faith takes over where reason leaves off. And the trouble is that reason has to leave off on something like that. You cannot chase it down to the end, because there is no end.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a philosophical question. I'm not good at it.
He's dealt with the ice cream.
The happiest people, I think, are the ones that find satisfaction in what they're doing in life, and that in itself is a perfectly okay purpose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, in my case, for example, I'm perfectly happy with having spent my entire life making foolish paintings, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm quite convicted of that. That's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
And you don't know why you're supposed to be doing it.
No, I don't have to know why.
Right. And you're not worried that
Well, on an intimate, personal level, I'm providing other people with an opportunity to see things beyond the merely physical. So I'm in the same league, much smaller size, of course, but I'm in the same league with Paul Clay.
Right.
He had one of the most exquisitely accurate, real analyses any painter I've ever run across. He said, art does not,
I know, of course. It's something that's not reactive.
Art does not, well, the concept is art doesn't mimic reality, art reveals reality.
Right.
In other words, in the absence of Paul Clay, we would not be able to enter that world because we wouldn't even know it was there. And the same thing could be true, said, I think, about any serious artist. You're privileged through this person's work to enter a zone that otherwise you would not even know was there.
If you choose to watch it, look at it.
Yeah.
And of course,
to look at it.
Yeah.
Right.
it's a very human thing to do because it's specialized. Humans tend to specialize. Humans are the only animals that I know that do this. As somebody said there, humans are the symbolical animal. And in my book, that construct in itself indicates purpose. Of course, fundamentally, from the point of view of strict ontology, I discovered that there had to be a purpose for my being here because I was born. Now that may sound silly and simplistic,
Right.
but it had great emotional impact on me when I discovered this. I was 12 years old at the time. It suddenly dawned on me that I didn't have to get born, and it was pretty damn scary. I didn't have to get born. I could not have been born, and that's a pretty damn scary thought when you're 12 years old, you know? from that, the fact that I was born is a mathematical impossibility that I could have been born.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else could have been born in my place.
Right.
But, I mean, it's just astronomically impossible
Yeah.
for me to
How
have
you
this
ended
person,
up-
me, have been
Right.
born. But the fact is,
Yeah.
I was born anyway. All those, going back, thinking about it later on in a little more analytical way, all of the options
Mm-hmm.
that all of my ancestors going back to the fish
Mm-hmm.
had selecting a mate.
Mm-hmm.
I am the net result of all that choice.
Yeah. I know, isn't that amazing?
It's unbelievable. It's mind-blowing.
And it's absolutely mind-blowing, or it doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, see, to me,
Yeah.
that's like an argument for no special reason,
Uh-huh. Well, I see what you
you
mean.
know?
I mean, it's like a paradox. The one thing holds the other. It's like you're a stunning mathematical impossibility, and just by virtue of that, it's also ordinary or something, you know? Not you, you're not ordinary, Chuck, but that's the idea.
Thank you, Rose.
But you know, each one of us is the result of that same,
Yeah,
thing.
exactly so.
Every human being, every little pussycat, every little duckling, so.
But the thing is, we are different because we're aware of it.
Mhm.
We happen to be, our genes construct us in such a manner that we have to know something.
Mhm.
We would never have survived as a species if it hadn't been for this thing.
Mhm.
It's a two-edged sword, isn't it? I mean, on the one hand, this thing can reveal very painful stuff to us,
Mhm.
but we cannot survive without it
Mhm.
because we don't have the finely oiled machine that instinct is, and we've got some of it left over, an id, I suppose. But, our whole construct is a mental construct. Our world is a mental world. So we don't have that privilege of just wandering along on instinct. It doesn't work for us. We have to make choices. We have to analyze things. Otherwise we can't exist.
I recently realized that one of the reasons that I make art is so that I can be like the animals.
There's a great deal in that.
Which
There's a
is
great deal in that, yeah.
Because I want, because like my cats, they're always, like their reality is unmediated. They're just there.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
And that human beings can only approach that in various ways, and one of them is through art. If you're lucky, you can get, out of the way.
I discovered this great thing about cats.
I thought I
We've
had
been,
more film
we've been
around,
trying
but
to
I can't
bend
find
into
it.
our well with,
You need film in that? Oh, you need a cake, right?
by giving them cat treats.
Yeah.
Okay, at first they weren't that into it, but then they've gotten really into it. The thing is like,
Obviously, this is.
cats can't count.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you put down,
After I have the whole house.
3 cats, you
Right,
put down,
okay,
give a cat a cat treat, a couple of the cats come up.
Because then,
If he's finished his cat
if
treat,
somebody
he
says
needs another one when the other 2 have them.
something about me
Okay,
and the master.
and it's like they don't know that they've had more than the other one.
Oh, yeah?
But
This is
at
what
the
it
same
looked like
time,
when I left.
as long as there's a cat treat going down, they'll each have one,
Probably not.
Yeah.
but they don't count. It's like, it was very interesting. There's no concept of counting involved. It like works sort of
This
both
is the way
ways.
I wanted to leave it.
In that they don't,
You know,
in how they,
didn't want to leave
They
it
don't
the way
need
it
that.
is.
portion the treat.
It was horrendous
They
that
don't
day.
need it. We need it.
Well, it's worked out
We
really
need
well.
to be able
Yes,
to count
you
it.
know,
We need to be able to
first
create
we thought,
order
oh,
out
let's
of
go on
what
the clothes.
otherwise would be chaos.
But if
Seems like,
they
but
hadn't, it
supposedly
would have been
primitive
some,
people, might
Yeah,
count 1 too many.
Would have been
And
death.
Oh, yeah,
So they
there are
can't-
aberrations in any system, of course.
yeah, well, no, but that's not an aberration so much as it's just that
look.
life was
But
simpler,
I gotta find out what's on there though.
probably for a long
Something
time
on
for a
there
lot of
about
people.
Yeah.
And that's why
They didn't,
What do you
like,
play those in? When you want to,
Johnny
there's
Beyond
a, there's a
2,
thing that I don't
or
have
Gia
with me.
Beyond 2, that was,
that goes
however
into
many
your
there were.
VCR?
Yeah.
okay?
Oh, yeah.
You drop this
But
in
one thing, it's something,
and then it plays like
you
a
wonder,
regular tape.
like,
On your own TV.
it's easy to have sort of an idea of,
But- You can also hook it up from that
you know,
thing
humans
and place this
before
thing in there, in the
civilization.
camera.
Oh, and
That's
look
sort of
at
having
I
gone
don't have
along
those, the cords
the
with me that
same
you
forever,
need.
right.
sort of, or very
I was
slowly
gonna do it the other
changed.
day for, I
But,
thought, I'll
you
show
know, like,
Helen
they were
Morey
essentially
that tape was, that
the
was
same
made
as
at the
us. I
community
mean, they
house,
were,
you know, a couple
Oh,
weeks
they
ago.
were different from us
But
except
she
in,
wanted to be
in
there so
culture.
bad, and
Oh.
she didn't make it.
Yeah.
Because her
And,
sister
you know,
had
like,
fallen
what
Oh.
do,
in
you know,
the,
what did they
in the
do
general store
with their brains all those years?
Williamsburg.
Interesting
Well,
thing, you
This is
know?
archaeological,
Pictures in the
you
kid.
know,
Yeah.
the only thing you can
So
do
that's
is
where Helen
hypothesize on the basis
Oh,
of
God.
potsherds and
Uh-huh.
arrowheads and stuff like
Mercy
that.
on
Yeah, it looks like they probably didn't make as much
Oh,
stuff
that's
as we
stuff.
do, but they must
They
have
made
been
as
doing
much as they
something.
needed now.
Yeah, they
And
must have
nobody
been doing
told
something
me
with their,
that,
Yeah.
you
with
know,
their
she was
intellect,
waiting for
you know?
this ride with her sister that
Yeah.
wasn't gonna happen.
Oh.
Because somebody could have gotten her,
Yeah, right.
you know?
Well, for a lot of, it seems to me
But,
that
so I
for
was gonna play for her, and then I said, oh, shoot, I don't have the tape.
so-called
the
primitive
chords
people,
with me. I knew I didn't have the thing.
numerical
because it got hacked
concepts
by somebody.
are
Right.
strictly
You know,
geared
for three
to
different people
practicality.
packing for-
And so, if you
and
count
put them in
more
the
than
truck.
6, for
Who knows
example,
where- well,
you
Ron
can
knows
get
where
away
it
with
is. It's
many
in box number
because
so-and-so.
All right.
there's
Yeah,
no
the list.
real advantage in going any
Yeah,
beyond
the
that.
list is at
Yeah.
my
She was,
sister's
she
place.
was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really was.
Now,
Yeah,
if
she had more
somebody
than-
like
You
the
know what?
Maasai in
Right.
Africa, for example, the Maasai probably have,
No, not Friday morning.
they probably count a lot higher because they have to know how many cattle they got.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
outfit
Then we
where
use it.
numbers do have an
Then
immediate
we drove to
significance,
Watertown, and then we
there,
drove
the
to
numbers
the
would be
border.
there, no doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on Friday morning. No.
Well, there's this great
No,
thing,
it was Thursday morning then.